This video, I'm going to show you how to escape a negative timeline, how to get on a positive timeline, and exactly what to do. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that of understanding how to escape a negative timeline so that you're able to get on the timeline that you prefer, understanding as well that there is an infinite number of these timelines that exist, and the negative ones are ones that many people get tethered to based upon their attention. So this is something quantum physics shows, is that there is the only moment that exists is this moment right now, and that there are an infinite number of these realities that exist. Science is pointing to this idea, this understanding. There is scientific studies that show the focus of that, of the intention that we have, the focus that we have, the double slit experiment, which you can look up online to get and learn more about. But it shows that there are different realities based upon where we put our focus. And in the same way, every moment we are shifting through these different parallel realities that look so similar that we don't know the difference. Plus, they are so similar that we have this memory where we're able to tie them all together. As I go like this right now, we have memory, so we're able to remember, oh, it was here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. This is gluing everything together, and it's about understanding the timeline that we are currently on. So first, just to give it a general basis, think of it as we have that of time being the movement through different parallel realities. That is the continuity itself. So when we talk about timelines, it's important to understand that there are an infinite number of timelines that exist. And right now on the planet, this is something that Bashar has talked about before. If you've ever heard of Bashar, channeled by Daryl Anka, it's very similar to like Abraham Hicks type thing. And Bashar talks about it and says that right now on the planet, there is this splitting of timelines happening. What this means is there are these branches that are happening based upon our collective focus. So just like we are individually creating our own reality, collectively there are many different timelines that exist, and the timelines depend upon our perspectives. So as we move more into going forward, from this has been going on since like 2012 is when he started talking about this, the splitting of the timelines that's going to be happening from 2015 and beyond. And the idea is to get on the frequency of what you prefer to experience, because there's going to be this splitting of different realities. And by splitting, think of it like this. There are some people in the world that are like, do you pay attention to all the negative stuff that's happening? Do you pay attention to all these negative factions of the government and all of this stuff? And they're in this fear vibration, and the reality that they experience is equal to that fear. They will look out into the world and find evidence of it. In the same way, there will be some people that will not experience it at all because their focus is not there, because their belief does not allow it in, because they're in a different vibration. So what's happening is right now there are these different timelines that exist, and we will experience a reality that is equal to the energy we are putting out, the attention that we have. And the key is, if we are experiencing a timeline we don't prefer, to start to shift our focus, to shift our energy. So there'll be some people moving forward that find that the government falls apart and there's this huge recession. That's a possibility. That's probably one timeline. There's another timeline where people don't experience that at all because of their focus, because of where they are. You see, where we get caught up is we all have to agree. We agree that there's all these different parallel realities, and this is the one you're on, this is the one I'm on. We like to compare. We don't got to compare these parallel realities. It's okay. We can just be in the vibration we prefer. But let me get out my handy-dandy marker with my handy-dandy big-ass notebook, and what I'll do is I'll just kind of show you. So we have this of us. We perceive of a reality that is equal to our focus. Now, imagine this. There are many different timelines that exist. Which timeline, and there are many more than this. This is the idea is that there are just many timelines in general. Now, what as you move forward, propels you to maybe this is a more positive timeline, this is a neutral timeline, this is a negative timeline. Let's just use these three as an example. What propels you to be on certain timelines? Well, I'll tell you right now that what is equal to, the reality that is equal to what you experience has to depend on the filter of your beliefs. So if you are happy, you believe the world is a great place, you will then experience more of a reality where the world is a great place. You see, it's depending upon our beliefs that filter through our experience. Think about it like this. There is 4 billion plus bits of information around us, but we can only perceive of 2 to 4 million bits of information. Now, which 2 to 4 million bits of information we perceive of depends upon our focus as to which parallel reality timeline we experience. There's a certain level of momentum that our thoughts have. There's a certain level of momentum that our emotions have that propels us on a certain timeline. And at any moment, when you make new choices, when you change your energy, you then change that timeline. But there is also a story that is tied into your beliefs about who you are. And you are filtering through the bits of information. You do this at an unconscious level. You don't have to try to do this. Your beliefs just naturally filter out information that is there so that it can reflect back to you what are called self-fulfilling prophecies. Self-fulfilling prophecies. Whatever you look for, you will find. If you go out into the world and say everyone's negative and always brings me down, then you will find people that will be negative and you will let that be an excuse for it to bring you down. Your internal state of being will be dependent on it because you define it to be so. Things in life are a self-fulfilling prophecy. And we get a reality that is equal to whatever we believe to be true. So when we talk about escaping a negative timeline, understand that the only way a negative timeline can be there is if we first off have a definition that it is negative. You see, our language will reveal to us much of our beliefs. And if we believe that we even have to escape a negative timeline, we are imposing a negative timeline on of itself. Positive, negative are subjective or objective. Negative and positive are left to the interpreter. I'm just going to say that. So understand that whatever you perceive of, which timeline you perceive of, will depend upon your definitions, the language that you use, So if you use empowering language like, I can do this, I will do this, then you'll experience something else. I can't do this, that locks you in. That locks you into a negative timeline. I can't do this. I have to do this. Somebody's forcing me to do this. I have to work a 9-to-5 job I'm not passionate about. Well, then guess what? You're going to feel like you need to escape from that timeline. Now, here's the beauty of everything I'm sharing with you right now. Every moment you are shifting through billions of parallel realities. And that seems like, how is that possible, bro? That seems like a saying that probably isn't true or something. Here's the thing. As you look around right now, in the same way you may look at that of a film projection, knowing that in a film projector, you have this light shining through these frames moving very quickly. As they move through, it looks like one long fluid movement, but if I were to edit this right now or show you film projector frames, each little thing is a separate little frame. They are all separate even though they look so similar. But then we piece it all together and this is what we get if we shine it through at a certain frequency. However, these all exist independent of themselves. In the same way, as I'm in this reality right now, there could be a fly over there. It could fly this way instead of this way. Well, guess what? Even if I do the same thing, they're totally separate parallel realities. Any small change is a total change. Just like in even a small change that looks the same. If you have a frame that's like this and a frame that's like this, you may say, well, that's the same frame, but they're actually different frames. Because they're two different spots. You see, if you were to take out the frames, they may look the same, but one's over here, one's over here. So there's an infinite number of ones of these exist. We do it naturally. The reason I'm sharing this with you, it's a natural byproduct the way the reality works. It's similar to the law of attraction. How do I learn to attract using the law of attraction? It's naturally happening. It's just how do you discern your attention and how do you optimize it? But you don't have to try to do it. It's a natural byproduct of the way reality works. In the same way, you are naturally shifting through these different timelines, and escaping a negative timeline implies there is some negativity that is being it's being, what's the word I'm looking for? It's being positioned there by you. By your definitions. What is negative and what is positive depends on you. And if you start to see how the negative timeline is serving you, even the negative definitions, negative language, it's serving me because I'm taking my power back. It's serving me because now I'm going to make new choices. Here's the thing. Your choices, your attention, and the story you tell yourself is putting you on these different timelines. And there's many more than this, but this is the idea. Which parallel reality timeline do you want to be on? That's the question I have for you. And if you want to be on a positive timeline, could you start to see things in a new way? Could you tell yourself a new story? Because the story you tell yourself about why you are the way you are, the story you tell yourself about the past, people treat me bad. People treat bad. That was a story that you may have told yourself because something happened in the back, and that was some pattern that you have tied onto. Then what happens is in the present moment right now, you have that belief, you go out into the world and you experience more of that negative timeline because of this story. Well, here's the thing. In this moment right now, you can change your story. You change your story. You change your story by becoming aware of your story of the past. Most people are living in the past, therefore they are on the same timeline that they were when they were young. They could be on a timeline of feeling unworthy. That could be a theme of their timeline of not feeling worthy because when they were a kid, their parents made them feel like they were unworthy. But understand this, your parents can't make you feel unworthy. You choose to be unworthy from an unconscious level. Maybe you didn't know better, but still at a certain point you agreed to it. When you agreed to it in the past, you now agree to it in this moment right now because you haven't changed that agreement. You haven't even become aware that it's there. When you become aware of the story you tell yourself, that's when you can transform it, not earlier than that. You have to become aware of the story you tell yourself. You have to become aware of the agreements you made in the past because then you can change them. You cannot change what you do not own. And you can't change what you don't know. Damn. I never thought of that. Can't change what you don't own, but you can't change what you don't know. So awareness is really the key to all of this. In the present moment right now, who are you? Most people think they are the result of their past. They are the things that have happened. They are the agreements they made. You are who you choose to be in the present moment. And by knowing that, by then looking at the story you tell yourself, you then begin to transform it because you can tell yourself a new story. You see your story of what it is, a story. The story is a story. You don't have to keep living through that story. It's like being in a film, being in some type of acting job, reading a script that you don't like, realizing you've been sticking around a stage and a set that you don't even want to be on, realizing, hey, I can change this script or I can let it go and just be myself. Let go of the hand-me-down script that you were given by past agreements. Let it go and just be yourself and then choose from awareness what you want to engage with. Choose your attention. Your attention, your choices, your focus. These are all things that go into your reality. And when you change these things, you change your life. So the only thing that keeps you stuck in a negative timeline is unawareness of past experience, agreements you've made that you're not aware of, and definitions themselves of being in a negative timeline and engaging your energy and your language with it. If you want to transform your life, become aware of the past agreements, become aware of the story, and become aware of your definitions. And then choose new ones. Make new actions. You see, this is all on autopilot. It's all on autopilot. But you're watching this video now, so now you can become more aware of it. And then you can consciously choose the positive timeline. You can choose the positive timeline. But you do that from this moment right now, this present moment right now. So that is the key to you shifting to a more positive timeline. Make new choices. Become aware of the story you tell yourself. Become aware of the agreements that you've made in the past. Know you are who you choose to be in the present moment, and you will then begin to change your life in a very powerful way. Now, something I have that is coming up is called the Shift Experience. It's coming out soon. I've been creating it, and it's really cool. All these pieces of paper right here are from me filming the Shift Experience. You little peeks, little peeks, little peeks, little peeks. And what's going to happen is it's going to come out very soon. If you want to be the first to know when it comes out, there will be the option to get in at a discount, and then the price will go up forever. So the first people in will get that. If you are interested in it, it'll be in the top description box below. You can sign up to get updates on it. Other than that, I'm excited for it to come out. Also, I'm going to be doing more live Q&As on Instagram. If you want to ask me questions, you can ask me questions right here. Plus, I post twice a day there as well. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification here so you can see the daily vids that I do. Other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.